What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda here. I want to show you some tech that'll help you deal with the weather. All right, so I'm out here in my garage with my Audi A4. This is the B7 model. And, I have shied away from WeatherTech products for a long time, primarily because of the high cost of them. And I've usually found alternatives that have seemed to be pretty good, but I've never done a head-to-head comparison. Now, because of the age of my car, I actually couldn't find a product that was a floor liner for my car, or at least an exact fit. There were lots of universals. But WeatherTech seemed to have one, and I ordered it. So basically what I want to show you here is what comes in the box for this Audi floor liner. Now, of course, laser measured and a perfect fit. That's what we're hoping for. And they're actually manufactured, I believe, here in the Chicago area. So down in, oh gosh, I think it's like Bolingbrook or the Downers Grove area. So what we have here is just the fronts. Sorry for the noise. They do make a set that goes front and back, but I really just wanted the front because, that's where everything gets gunked up in the winter and in the spring when everything's muddy. Now, I will say here that this is the driver's side. They seem to have come out of the box on the right side just by accident. I will say here that they have a nice big lip, kind of a deep dish, so they should catch everything from mud, rain, snow, and all that, and that's going to keep it in place. We also have the two holes here if you have your floor anchors. I will say that's hard plastic right there, so it's not soft rubber. You have a WeatherTech logo, kind of a badge emblazoned on them. You have some nice grooving here too for kind of brushing off the things off the bottom of your shoes. It's reversed here, so raised grooves on this side and then recessed grooves right there. And like I said, it's actually a really kind of interesting texture. There's like some stippling, some pattern on there, and the plastic here is not as hard or as stiff as I thought it was. It's actually a little bit more flexible. I thought they'd be more rigid, and not a problem at all, but I just assumed that they'd be really thick and maybe a little hard to deal with. So here is the driver's side one and the passenger side one. I think these are going to be really easy to put in, and let's see what they look like. So I've got the floor mats out of the car here, and let's see and do this real time here. I can tell you I'm already impressed by a couple of small details here, and I think that should show you how easy the sucker is to put in. Kind of just falls in, and then you might have to do a little bit of lining up with your floor anchors, as you can see right there. And that pops in there, and this one pops in there, and now this thing won't move. Now, one of the things that I wanted to show you here is actually, these are a really nice flush fit. They kind of press in there with authority, so I'm not concerned about those falling out. You can see there that there's a little cut, a little dip on the side there, which allows that vent to be open, and so you're going to get kind of that air from your HVAC system kind of blowing down here, so it should help dry that out. I will say even the snugness of the plastic is really quite nice. It kind of presses out against all the sides here. Very little gap. There's maybe just a little bit of gap right there, but overall it's really great. Even kind of right up to the edge here with this low edge. I think since the carpet doesn't rise up here, in some that would kind of be a shelf that it would butt up against, but even there you still get a little lip for catching kind of all of that gunk and snow without it being intrusive. So this one is actually the black, and the color interior color is black, and so it's a really good match, and I think it looks pretty good. Normally with these floor liners, one of the reasons I don't go with the hard plastic ones often is just because they tend to make the car look like a work truck. Obvious thick plastic floor liner is kind of for heavy duty, but this one looks really good. I would say probably my biggest concerns maybe are sound, maybe a little less sound insulation, maybe a little more sound coming from your shoes or boots banging on them. But I will say here, that's not bad. That is not bad at all. Always some trade-offs. Carpeting would be quieter, maybe a little more plush, but this is going to keep your carpets in nicer condition, a little bit more protection from wear and tear, and especially even as seasons change, as they are here in Chicago, from winter to spring. That's almost when you want them most. Just mud, dirt, all that road salt that you're picking up from everything. So pretty cool. I dig this. I will say it seems like a very nice product. Like I said, from me over the last few years trying to avoid these just because of the cost. I should have probably splurged, treated myself. But you know what? I'm kind of frugal. i.e. cheap. Anyway, if you want to pick up a set of WeatherTechs, I'll put a link to them in the description for your car. Peter Von Panda, out.